So the first thing is when you get asked for the gradient of the line, right? The gradient of the line is given by the change in your y-axis values divided by your change in your x-axis values. And the change in the y-axis values are known as, or can be called the rise, and change in x-axis can be called the run. Now, if I have a Cartesian plane, which is something like this, with a y-axis and an x-axis, y-axis is always vertical, x-axis is always horizontal, and I have a line that is drawn from 2 points. Let's say I draw a line across here. Let's say I draw another one here, another one there, and another one here. For the first line, let's suppose the starting x value here is 2, and the ending x value here is 10. The starting y value here is 2, and the ending y value here is 6. So from this here, we can see if I want to find the gradient of this line, or if I want to call it the slope, if I want to find the number that represents the slope of the line, I'm going to find the rise and run, but I need a starting point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at one end of the line. So let's say I start at the bottom part here of this line, and I go up. That's going to be my rise. And if I go across, that will be my run. If I cross like that, that will be known as my run. And I can see that my rise goes from 2 till 6, so it goes up by 4. And if it goes from 2 to 10, it goes right by 8. So I know that the gradient of this particular line is going to be given by, so I'm going to write the gradient is going to be equal to the rise over run, so it's 4 over 8. And then we simplify that to a half. Let's look at the next line at the bottom there. Let's suppose this line here starts from an x value more or less around 3, let's say, and ends at 8. And I've got a y value starting at -2, and it goes all the way down to -6. Choose any point. Let's say we start at the top now. Okay. If I start at the top, then maybe I can put top all the way across like that. If I start at the top, then my rise will have to be going down. I'm going down that way. And my run is going to be going from that point this way. Now when you go down, you can use negative values. So that means this would be going from -2 until -6. So you go down, in this case, by -4. If you go left, it's also negative. You're going from 8 all the way to 3. It's going to become -5. So the gradient for this one would be equal to -4 over -5. And a -4 divided by -5 is positive 4 over 5 for this gradient. If we did it the other way around, it would be 4 and 5, and it would be plus. What we're saying is that starting from either point, when we go right, it's plus. When we go up, it's plus. When we go left, it's minus. When we go down, it's minus. Let's try the next one. The next one, let's suppose this x value here is negative 4 all the way to, in this case, negative 10. So 3. And this one is also at 6, let's say. So for this one, let's start from the bottom. You can start at any point. You can start at any corner of the line, any point on the line. So top or bottom. If you start at the bottom, the first thing we're going to go is, you can either go up or down for rise, right? So rise can go up or down. And then we go from there, continuing. In this case, it's going to go left. But left is negative and up is positive. So up is going to be going from 3 until 6. So that's plus 3. And if I'm going from 4 till 10, it's minus 6. And so for this one here, the gradient will be given by change in y over change in x, or rise over run, rise first and then run. It's going to be 3 over negative 6. And that's going to be simplified to negative 3 over 6, which is negative half. What you notice is that this line is going right and it's positive. This line is going right and it's positive. This line is going leaning towards the left, and the answer is negative. For the next one, it has a starting point. In this case, let's say it was plus minus around negative 4.5. Okay, so let's say this x value over here, and draw an arrow, is negative 4.5. And this goes all the way down this way, which is going to negative 1. And this is negative 5. The x value here is negative 2. Okay, so for this line, if I start at the top, let's say, then I could go right and down. I could also go down and right. This one here, I could have went left and down this way. It would be negative and negative. And then it would have still been a negative divided by negative, which is a positive. So for this here, we're going to go from the top. Let's say we go right. So right and down. From there, continuing. I'm going from negative 4 until negative 2. And that's going to become 2 units to the right. And because I'm going right, it will be positive. So this will be positive 2. If I'm going down from negative 1 to negative 5, it's negative 4. And so the gradient for this will be equal to change in y over change in x, which will be negative 4 over 2, which will be negative 2. And it's going this way, so it's negative. You can see this line here is steeper than this line. And so it's a bigger negative, and the smaller negative will be flatter. This one here is half, this one here is 4 over 5. This is closer to 1, so it's like 0.8. And this is like 0.5. You can see if it increases, the line goes up, and the slope increases. Okay. That's what rise over run is. In gradient, we have to start from one corner, and then we just keep moving right, up, down, left. So right is positive, up is positive, down is negative, left is negative. Choose a corner from there.